All right, guys, Cop Cutlass here. The first legit working video of the year, and it's not a whole lot, but I took 2 months off, a little over 2 months off to unwind. It was a crazy year, just insane year between house projects, my car shit, helping people out, getting married, you name it. It was a crazy ass year. So either way, things are about to get a whole lot interesting and better. So this is going to be like the first big project that we document on YouTube. And tomorrow I got a buddy of mine coming over to help me film while I work and figure out what we can do, because I'm an idiot when it comes to this shit. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, I want to document this and make this some good content for you guys, the followers, the viewers, getting you people involved. But me making videos on updates just isn't good enough for me. Like, I want to be able to show you guys what I got going on. So either way, what I did tonight was my wife, strong lady, helped me get the fucking 5-foot long hood off this car. And I drained the fluids because nobody wants to see me get soaked in oil, coolant, trans fluid. You don't want to see any of that. That's boring. So I did some pre-prep work, and of course it's Friday, so I'm having a drink or two. And so my advice, I guess, at this point is this is usually what I would do anytime I remove an engine. I think I've rarely ever removed an engine the same day I did my prep work. I usually drain the oil, drain the coolant, remove the drive shaft. You know, when you remove the drive shaft, if you got the transmission angle right, it's gonna fucking puke shit everywhere. So I make sure that I make the mess the day before, and then I clean up. And as you can see, I got kitty litter, and this kitty litter was too good. It clumped up way too good. Buy the cheapest dollar store kitty litter out there because it's the same as oil dry. I bought some stuff from Farm and Fleet and it was way too good. It clumped up. It's like fucking cement. Either way, so I got fluids drained. I removed the spark plug wires, a bunch of small shit. But I need something to film, and you guys are going to be able to see how I do things. I'm not going to remove the engine with the transmission attached. I hate doing that, and there's a reason for that. You got a lot of awkward weight. I don't use a leveler for the engine, so what I like to do is I put a jack underneath the transmission, keep it level, pull the engine away, lift it out, get it out, and then once the engine is out, the transmission's sitting level, drop it down, slide it out, and it's out of the way. And I install it the same way. I hate that fight. I've done it a lot, and I know for some guys it's easy, but you know what? I don't buy it. Sometimes it's just easier to deal with both. You slide the trans into place with the engine out, with your jack, get your engine in, and then later you slide it in, and you don't got to deal with that awkwardness of tilting and yelling at whoever the hell is helping you. And a lot of times I'm working alone. So I've learned to do it that way because I work alone a lot. In the past, my wife is in the background, like giving me bullshit smirks because she's usually out here giving me a hand here and there. But in the past, I've learned to work around these obstacles. So we're getting ready to remove the engine. This engine, there's some history to it. This engine was in my Cutlass, and back when it was in my Cutlass, it ran 1370s at best with the fiberglass fenders and hood. And when it was all steel, it ran like a 1386. It was pretty nice little stop piece considering it was like an 8 3/4 to 1 compression, 350, no head work, stock valve train, 260H comp chem, Edelbrock Performer intake, just basic stuff. So the goal is with this setup, we're going to continue with this. I know I have the big block over here that I still have to build, but in an attempt to keep things to a minimum, what we're going to attack is going to be just putting seals as needed on this engine. This engine really doesn't leak. It needs a fresh coat of paint. Needs a new timing chain at this point. This engine's been in service for 10 years. The first 2 years of its life, it saw a lot of racing, and then it went into this car. And then the transmission needs new seals. This thing pukes every winter when the aluminum contracts. It literally, there was a puddle all the way to the back of my garage door today that I had to clean up. It does it every winter, but it needs new seals. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I might make a video on that. We are gonna make a video with this engine running on a run stand after I get it all dialed in. I wanna take some vitals. I wanted to take vitals with it in the car, but it just wasn't gonna happen. So once I go ahead and replace the timing chain, we're gonna go to adjustable valve train, little things like that. The goal with this car is to get it in the 14s. I think this car can run in the 14s. Call me crazy, but it ran a 16.2 with my fat ass in the passenger seat, and my wife wasn't shifting it. It was just in drive, and I never calibrated this transmission to get optimum shift points. So I think this car realistically, as it sits, is a solid, like high 15-second car, 15.6, 15.7. And I think with a gear change, a little bit of weight reduction, a couple of component changes to the engine, roller rockers, double roller timing chain, stuff like that, adding an X pipe, which I plan on doing. We're going to be doing a lot of these little things, and I mentioned in another video about that we're going to be trying a lot of the things I did back in the day, see if we can truly back it up, because I've learned so much prior to being on the forums that when I tell people this crap, they don't believe me. And it's like, I progressively got faster because I changed a lot of little things, and they're worthwhile. But I think this is going to be the way to document it. My wife needs some more wheel time with something that's not as fast. And I think this is the perfect opportunity to grow her into that driver's seat and get her more comfortable behind the wheel before we put the big block in there. Because I think this car with the big block should be a low 12-second car, a 12.0, 12.20 car. That big block might see some action in my 72 because I got something to prove with that big block, because it's J-headed big block and it ran 1150s in a 76 Le Mans. I want to see what it'll do in my A body. So, guys, like I mentioned, tomorrow my buddy's coming by. We're going to be doing some camera work and some editing, and hopefully we're going to take it to that next level. And this is going to be the first big project that I've actually documented like this. So I think it'll be pretty fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Share, like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Each platform that I'm on social media gets its own kind of unique content. Instagram gets a lot of stuff from work, my daily life, along with maybe some project stuff. Facebook gets a lot of just pictures. I might share a video here or there, but I try to separate all of those because ultimately they get their own little unique content. So guys, stick around, share, like, subscribe, enjoy.